Yes, while I know certain videos might be going great, I mean there is a reason for me to not do certain things as I seek attack curious birthmark. And let's just remember that before we get into the timestamp. So yeah, you'll know when you can support me a lot more monetarily because I won't do it for certain things, especially if I don't feel safe about it. But as we get curious birthmark and Katak, and we do have random item stats on, let's get into it. So for timestamp's sake, as we get into Katak, Curious Birthmark, Random Item, Custom Character. Yeah, I know some videos are doing well. I won't monetize them still. There's pretty much no point for me anyway. Again, depends on your own situation. If you're making content, no matter where you are, whether you're making videos or streaming, you can only do what you know is best for you. Light, second encounter, knowledge, second mystery, Toxicon, and maybe a dexterity check? I can go into some of my ideas behind things, but aside from that, strength 7, dexterity 7, 3 perception, 5 knowledge, 4 charisma. I don't know how much luck, and I didn't look at the perk packs. either through the Ito file or just the character select screen. But I think we're still, funny enough, we're still gonna go illegal den just because I don't feel lucky. After this though, if this run goes particularly badly, either in this same video as a second run or in the next video, then we will set the hardware store. So bulletin, coma, botanist, shuttle taxi. Okay, so not a lot of bosses. There's taxi, but that's not a lot of bosses. So I mean, theoretically, Botanist is a boss as well, and technically Shuttle can be if you treat it that way, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get into Taxi. So, as we sit here, I think if we get the Meat Cleaver, that's fine. Preferably, we're still going to go Army Knife. Otherwise, yes, you would go Monkey Wrench here, and then I also have the option to select any other strength weapon that appears, but the illegal den, we can make use of it. Now, since we don't find anything, we do have to reroll here. And we take the Army Knife. Random item stats? Okay, well, I think that's just pretty much subpar. 5 damage is really good, but I was looking at the speed value. But anywho, let's see how well we do with the Army Knife. I'm pretty sure it'll still do well. If the Monkey Wrench does well with like 2-3 strength, the Army Knife should be just as great. And I think the Monkey Wrench is usually slower too, but don't quote me on that. So, I always forget that's a stamina. You lose stamina there instead. By the way, we have a max threat level forest, and we have botanist, and we have, I think, another forest mystery. Technically taxi, but not really, but still. Police patrols here. So, yeah, on the topic of making content and monetizing videos more specifically, pretty much I'm not going to plan to do that anytime soon. There's no reason to, both in terms of views and in terms of how I want to be moving forward. And especially with the viewer quality of life that is not having ads as much as possible. I still know. Oh, that's the first time I've seen this, by the way. I kind of combo broke myself, so now I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, essentially, there's no reason for me to monetize my videos. No reason to put ads in place for a video that even I say only, but when you look, since I can see things monetarily, let me just say right now, a few thousand people is not going to grant you much. Now, if you make videos every day, like every day you get a video that gets 1,000 views regularly, sure, but that's not normally the case with me. As you may know, if you don't know, essentially a lot of my more viewed videos, both in terms of number of views and time watched, which is kind of an important thing for this platform at least, is that, yeah, you want actually the time and the number of views in total, if that makes any sense. And really specifically, you want people to see the ads. Again, I'm not that well versed, even though I have looked in here and there onto how things function. According to Google/YouTube itself, we'll mention the names because it's important here. We also need to eat this yakitori. I could wait, but I don't feel confident, even though I could just wait. But yeah, a few thousand views is not going to do things. Now, if it was a few 10,000 views, then it would be something. But at that point, I would rather, if this makes any sense, because I'm developing my own, or basically making software on my own, whether you're making games or otherwise, maybe you're on, like, say, Ko-Fi or your Patreon or GoFundMe or things like that. I would rather, oh, I forgot to visit the forest twice. I would rather be paid through that way than here on this platform, if that makes any sense. But again, that depends. That's not a black and white statement. It will depend on the performance of me in multiple areas on this channel: game dev, writing, any online things I can do at the moment, whether it's a GoFundMe, Patreon, so on and so forth, which I have tried before. So, anywho, let's just get our Desperate Struggle. So we could have just... Actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered because we wouldn't have done enough damage to defeat this encounter in 2 turns, I think? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. Did I get the thing? I did not. So we are just going to have to run here. Because I didn't see the notes, which means I didn't do the side quest, which means I can't fight this phone. It does too much damage. So, and even though there's still things to do, yes, I lost reason there, but that's better than taking probably like even just 2 or 3 reason in the encounter. Now, I would have gotten experience from it, but I don't feel that was the best choice. So off we go. So Coma, Botanist as well. So we'll take Botanist now, we'll take Taxi after. Now, if you can come up with the good, you know, counter argument to my non-monetization, sure, but I just, from what I've seen and what I've looked into, it doesn't feel as great. Also, there's no point. You might as well, if we can do 2 attacks, that would be great. Okay, we need to hit one of these. Otherwise, I think I'll just do this. I'd rather do that. Now we are gonna fight a taxi driver, but I forgot if they're human or if they're an eldritch enemy. Same thing for no, I'm thinking of something different. Oh, I'm going crazy. There are 2... Are there 2 taxi type things? No, there's shuttle. Because I'm confusing the mystery shuttle and taxi, and both of them involve you being in a car at some point. So, no, taxi... We could have arrested taxi. And I actually wanted to do something else, but we'll see. Yeah, I should have gotten a pack of cigarettes. Well, too late now. Still taking strength just to brace, but... I'm thinking... But yeah, again, if you have anything to say, you know what to do. It's just that I am usually not deciding. And especially if not for certain games where I don't feel comfortable. I do try to look through a game's terms of service and whatnot, and privacy policies and whatnot. Because it's kind of important when you are actually... Or it's something that I've looked more closely at more often as I... think about any time of monetization, really, specifically in that notion. If you're doing things on your own and you're just having fun, sure, as we get brain damage here. But, yeah, I would just rather play it safe. There's no reason to take any risks. So we're just going to do a desperate prep strong to the nothingness that is the forest. And, yeah, we'll just get rid of the voices with the power of an army knife. And desperation. So, yeah. On the other hand, things like World of Horror are still going to be played, and even just normal series like this, I don't monetize just for the, like, even if I got like a few hundred views, maybe like a few thousand. Again, it depends. It's not a black and white thing where I say no, I'm always going to do this or I'm never going to do that. And the same thing for anything that I may have said in the far past and whatnot. But it also depends on the context. Like something in the far past can still apply now. Just for no other reason than legally speaking. Because that, you know, legal things matter. But that's not a certainty in itself. And I'll leave things vaguely like that because I don't know as much about those topics. The topics of speaking legally and whatnot. But anywho. Taxi. And you're here to enjoy. If nothing else, there's an occasional reminder that if you're here to enjoy the video for whatever reason, then I hope you enjoy. Now, I'd rather have you laughing with me than at me, but if you laugh at me, I'm not gonna be too miffed about it as well. We do want to take a pack of cigarettes. A break would have been nice as well, but hey. Is this a minor injury, by the way? Quote unquote minor injury? I don't think, yeah, no, it's a curse instead, so. It said injury, but I got that, unless I was looking at the wrong thing. No, I wasn't. So, I guess just go crazy, me. If this could sell for something, that would be nice, because then I can grab another pack of cigarettes. Yeah. Can't sell that. Random item stats, although I think, doesn't depend. No, I'm going crazy. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to old coin away that brain damage. I could do Survivor's Guilt. That probably would be a good decision as well, but if I run into a ghost, I think we take nearly as much damage. Actually, no. I should have taken away Survivor's Guilt. Survivor's Guilt, let me speak. Okay, good. And at the end of Taxi here, basically when we get to the finale of Taxi, we want to do stuff with the cigarettes. So, we're also going to grab another pack of cigarettes. So we could just pop it now. If I run into an encounter, I'm going to regret it. Otherwise, yeah. Let's just use cigarettes now. We'll save the next pack in case I lose reason, because you never know if I'm going to get a curse that lowers my max reason, and then get something else, but hey, nice STE. I wonder how long it's been since I run into STE naturally, but anywho. Let us continue onward. So we do get to fight this with the power of speed. We don't get to do 3 attacks though, so that makes me sad. I mean, that's perception 3. If we literally had 4 perception, we would have been able to fit 2 guaranteed attacks, but it's fine. Or 3 attacks, sorry. Actually, I should brace here. I can throw a brick, but I don't think I really want to. So we're going to roll on 95% instead. Because if we miss 3 of these 95%, or any one of these 3 95%, I'm going to be very sad. In fact, we don't even need to go for 3. We only need to go for 2. Although, we are, that's right, we are on the Curious Birthmark. So we're getting curses stacked onto ourselves. The Rock Ring, well, now that we have the cigarette buff, I think I don't mind doing a thing. And yeah, the map did that map just pop in as I was visiting the apartment location? Anywho. More cigarettes, please. But yeah, move on. Yeah, the last thing I wanted to say is, yeah, so when I get finished with the games I'm working on, those will be usually if through donation or actually just selling for a price. That's usually how I'm going to plan to earn for myself, basically. Among any other thing that I can find and do. I could use the corpse dust here. I think our luck is like at 7. I don't even remember it, but it doesn't matter unless it's like actually 0 or below 0. To me, it doesn't matter. Can we sell this rock ring, by the way? We can. We'd rather keep it in case we want to throw it or something, but into quick thinking. And I could take perception at this point, but I think I'd rather like the ability to brace, so hey. We shouldn't get any curses, so I'm gonna smoke another pack of cigarettes here. I actually should have visited the monument though instead, but as we take Doom left, right, and center, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we're just gonna run. Ow, Doom, what does dexterity matter? We didn't fight anything, but I took like 9 to 12 Doom, which I'm not too... I mean, that's just the nature of Taxi, so that's something I accept. Also could be the nature of choosing the wrong options, but I don't remember at the moment, so we'll take experience instead. Stamina and reason-wise, we're okay. Everything else, we're in a lot of pain, so we'll take Coma last. Oh, we did have Shuttle and Taxi. That's also another reason why I probably subconsciously confused 2 mysteries. But anywho. Ow! My knuckles! Something truly evil is getting closer, but unless I get really, really, really unlucky, yeah, and I think it's actually, if I were to guess, it would be like below 0.1%, because you would have to roll, like, naturally, if you're not purposely trying to run into STE. Nice 1 roll, by the way, game. I do appreciate that. I actually do this time. But you have to roll badly in I think at least 2 events, and badly meaning one of them actually has to roll a 1. The other one you have to run into after running to one of the others, because otherwise I think it just doesn't proc STE counter. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. I think there are 2 of them that have to proc based on STE counter, and it has to be at least 1. I think one of them has to be at 2, right? But either way, afterward you have to rest. But again, I'm talking about you can't control the fact that you get STE, so those events and the order of events happening in that order, I think is a really, really, really high or really low chance of happening, which is why I think it's like under point. Maybe it's like 0.4%, but then that would not be accurate to my own. Well, I mean, that's practical experience. That doesn't count. So, anywho. By the way, we do have 81% do. We also this character also has fast swimmers, so I really actually should have been trying to fight things. Now, if we were on Azul, this mind wipe would have been great, but because we're not. So last mystery, 83% Doom, a bit high. Even just an extra 4% Doom would have made me a lot more comfortable, but that's not what happened. So we're not healing from the bottle of water because 1, we could heal stamina, and 2, our max stamina could just drop, or 3, we could just go through the whole mystery and be fine. But I think we do want to do the monument. That's the other way, and that's going to be fine for the moment. Because, yeah, that's a lot of Doom to lose. I forgot my second encounter, so I'm going to monument one more time. But after that, we'll see where our Doom's at. If we can finish this mystery with under... Dude, that's free? Why have I been taking any other option? Oh, it's fine. It's not fine. But anywho, 3 stamina, and we get to do this, question mark? If I throw the brick, we should be good. If I throw the bottle of water, we can also save on stamina, but... Do I dare go for something else? No, this is pretty much guaranteed. If it's not guaranteed. I wasn't looking at the accuracy, by the way. But anywho. We get Doom there, so we're going to visit the monument one more time. And yeah, that's going to be what we do. Now, we have 10 strength and 8 dexterity. That's why I decided to trade that. But if we lose more stamina, I'm going to be a little sad. And yeah, 12... there was no way I was going to pass that. Or I was very, very unlikely to pass that because of things. We're actually going to take curses here because I need the stamina now. So, we'll do our best to survive. That's all I'm gonna try to say. Press on? Nope. Why would I ever pass? If I literally gambler's fallacied myself, but as we take extra doom there because of... So keep in mind, Survivor's Guild has given me pretty much 8 to 10% doom at this point. But whatever, it's fine. I did forget my second encounter, so if I don't get that right, we have to one-shot Toxchase on here. I think I still have stuff sitting in the storage as well, so we might as well take that out. Never mind, I have nothing. And off we go. We should just drink the bottle of water, by the way. If we lose... We can only lose up to 3 stamina here, unless we're badly bleeding, which we're not. Or we have the cut artery status effect, which we also don't have. Then, yeah. I don't remember... I want to say the model, because I think I fought the Chaotic Broadcast first. I took Botanist. I don't think I ran to the Voices, because I only did 1 Forest Investigation. I could be wrong, though. What did I take after? I took Botanist, right? Let me try to logic this out for about 20 seconds. I took Bulletin first. Did I fight the aspiring model after visiting the apartments and visiting the forest once? Because then I felt like I fought the thing. It could have... I don't know. I feel like it's not the Voices, though, so 33% chance? Nope. I guessed wrong. So, and it was a guess, because I don't remember. If I remembered, easy peasy every time, but that's not the case. So it should have been Botanist, right? Okay, that at least I can get correct. But we do now need to one-shot Toxchase. I didn't even know I had the second mystery check as well. But anywho. Or we have to near one-shot. I did use the handcuffs earlier, but we can just slap Toxchase on here. In fact, I could throw the army knife right after. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to do this. So what we're going to do... we should guarantee one of these attacks. I don't think it matters, though. But we are going to trade off 2 stamina, and if I die from stamina, that'd be weird. Because we're going to sit on this level up really quickly. So that I can do... Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Should I have done that? I'm going crazy. Anywho. We do 20 damage here, and we get out. Even if we didn't, we could have army knifed our way out by throwing the army knife, but... Do we have the 6th floor, by the way? Did I just hurt myself? I think I did. Well, no, never mind. It's cool. So yeah, if I had lost, if I had forgotten that I had a knowledge check, we would have healed stamina through the level up. If our doomed out, then I would have miscalculated. But hey, it's fine. So yeah, without further ado, if you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you want to support me, you know what to do. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye. I swear that was just me at normal speed.